all the goods in the, all the food, stuffs and drinks and whatever it is in the 7 days can be got from Iceland stores as well?
Yes, yes.
Right, well, we haven't got time to go through the whole 7 days. We've just carried one day for our viewers. What I want to know now is if they are interested, they're dying to find out about the 7-day diet, how can they get details?
If they write into the programme, I will willingly send them a leaflet.
That is perfect.
Take home a Gino Gennelli ice cream on Piazza Italia. Italian chic, Italian style, Italian verb, Italian cool, toffee butter chocolate, mint choc chip, tutti frutti, what a cutie. Take a Gino home with you.
Gino Gennelli, the ice cream sensation.
Gino, oh Gino Gennelli.
Introducing a new range of frozen meals. Lasagna made with prime beef, layers of pasta and mozzarella cheese. Specially selected vegetables in a traditional curry served with delicately spiced pilau rice. Succulent chicken and water chestnuts in supreme sauce with green beans and tender sweet corn. Believe it or not, you've just been watching the calories. New Weight Watchers from Heinz Frozen Meals. Taste, not waste.
Oven chips in the oven.
In 1979, McCain introduced you to the revolutionary oven chip. Well, time waits for no one. And now McCain have come up with the McCain microchip. Another brilliant idea. Just 3 minutes in a microwave. Ingenious. Real chips. Yes, they've done it again. McCain microchips, perfect. For impatient cooks. McCain microchips. Real chips in just 3 minutes.
Now, the people of Iceland are very keen to find out what you think of the service they offer, their products and their stores. Can they improve them? Do they need to? Well, it's up to you to let us know. So if you have any queries, questions or suggestions, please do drop us a line. We'll give you the address at the end of the programme, so that'll give you plenty of time to get a pen and paper ready. Now, Jill is here to deal with our first delivery of mail, and I suppose next time round, Jill, you may expect a sackload of mail complaining about the colour of my pullover or something like that.
Well, I think that's probably true, actually. Sort of sunglasses job you've got on today.
Thank you, thank you.
But we have much more serious issues to take on board now. We've had a lot of letters. We always get a lot of letters from customers, and we're always pleased to hear from everybody. But I'd just like to take us through a few letters today, ones that really are taking some of the very important issues. And the first one is from a customer who is concerned about CFC gas. He writes, I'm concerned about CFC gas, which I understand is used in my fridge and freezer. I've heard it is harmful to the ozone layer, but is it harmful to me and my family in the kitchen? Now, I can certainly understand the concern of that, because there has been so much talk about the ozone layer and CFC gas. And I'd really like to assure everybody that there is absolutely no problem with this gas in the kitchen at all. It's not poisonous, not toxic, not flammable at all. And it's actually contained in a sealed unit, so it can't escape anyway.
Now, what is Iceland doing about the disposal of CFCs?
The problem actually comes when you want to dispose of your fridge or freezer, because that's, of course, when the gases can escape. And yes, at Iceland, I think we have solved this problem. Because when you do want to dispose of your fridge or freezer, you come along to Iceland and select your new model. When we deliver it, we actually take away the old one, we take it back to the depot, and we take the gases out, and then these are actually recycled to be used again. So this is solving the problem in two ways. It's preventing the gases being released into the atmosphere, and also, of course, it's stopping the manufacture of more gas for the future.
Let's look at another letter. This one actually is from a customer who shopped at B-Jam for many years. Very impressed with the quality of food she got there. She goes on to say, as I have a son who can't eat additives, colouring or preservatives, I need your assurance that the Iceland products will live up to the standards of B-Jam. Will they?
Yes, they will. And I can assure all B-Jam shoppers that Iceland has a very strict policy about additives, and indeed always has had this very strict policy. And they were the first company, in fact, to launch a national campaign on this issue. So all people who have been used to B-Jam label products should be assured that as some of those are actually changed to Iceland brand, they will be additive-free wherever possible.
Are
And
there
this-
any B-Jam products left?
Yes, in fact there are a lot. As the two products ranges have come together, there are a lot of B-Jam products within that range. So, and they will be easily identifiable, I think, to people, but they will have an Iceland label on them instead. Right, and finally, the last question that we have time for today is really basic, a very basic question. Is frozen food safe? I think we have all read so much over the past few months about food scares. We've read about listeria, we've read about eggs, we've read about apples. I mean, you know, what's next? And we have had quite a few letters from customers saying, well, is frozen food safe? Yes, frozen food is very safe. And certainly in most big companies, and certainly at Iceland, there is a very strict quality control procedure. And all the tests that are done throughout this long procedure, in terms of making sure that the temperatures are right, it is tested in the test kitchen, and all the foods too go out to outside labs to be tested as well. So throughout all this, it's double-checked, it's treble-checked. It is absolutely safe.
But it's not as good as fresh food, is it, Jill?
Well, I'd like to dispel this myth once and for all. Frozen food is frozen down in absolutely prime condition. And it is probably fresher than fresh food in many instances. Because with fresh food, it has actually to get to the shop and then you've got to go in and buy it. So it's probably a few days old. Whereas with frozen food, it's actually frozen down, actually, at its very peak of condition. And therefore, nutritionally, it is actually very good for you.
Well, thanks very much, Jill. We must leave it there. And remember, if you've got a question or a query that you want Jill to answer, you can write to us. We'll give you that address at the end of the programme. Right now, we'll take another break.
Hello, Sylph. Oh, this apple pie'll never do. And it's visiting day.
Get your coat on.
When you need something special, trust Sarah Lee. We use only the finest ingredients for a perfect result every time.
Is it all there, Sue?
Bramley apples, raisins, and lightest Danish pastry.
No, I mean the...
Sid, I couldn't put her near an apple Danish bar.
Sarah Lee. If at first you don't succeed...
Cheat. Kia-ora!
Kia-ora? I'll go get the water.
Crow doesn't know Fruity Kia-ora also comes ready to drink.
Here's the water.
Penguin, to the penguin. Man can't do it, just can't do it. Penguin, to the penguin. Penguin, to the penguin. The man can't do it, just can't do it. Go for the chocolate. Ha! Live for the biscuit. Penguin, penguin. The dog can't do it.
No way can you do it.
To the penguin, to the penguin, to the penguin. Penguin.
Working late, dinner in oven. Start without me. Tuesday.
Hi.
Alright.
Suppose you know it's Tuesday. That looks good. Did you cook it?
My head?
Good. Hi.
Where's Mum?
He's working late tonight.
That's
She left
nice.
alone.
He's nice.
Oh, I'm not ready for this. Doing a good job there.
Okay, please.
It looks very
Oh, you're late.
I am starving. How's the casserole? Oh, that good.
Now, as I said at the beginning of the programme, Freestyle is about offering Iceland customers information, advice and services in their very own television magazine. But by way of something different, we'll be bringing you advice and services from other companies too. After that, remember, you can still win a year's supply of frozen food. That coming up after this.
Don't go away now.
Did you know there's a dirty grape magnet inside your telly? And yet you'll expect this tape to play perfectly. Magnetic fields not only destroy videotapes, but they can spoil what you've got on it already. Wedding Video 87? Only kidding. You know how much dust can accumulate around the house? Well, dust on your tapes not only spoils them, but they can damage your video recorder as well. Don't drop it either. Here's a tip. If you want to keep recording and make sure that no one records over it, remove the tab. Put the tape in face up with the front edge leading. When handling the cassette, be careful not to touch the tape. The dirt and oil from your skin will damage the tape coating. And don't try to open the cassette or edit or splice the tape. It won't work, and you'll ruin a perfectly good cassette. Darling, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. I love you.
Kiss me. Oh, you animal.
Was that kismet or what?
You coming up or am I coming down?
But if you want to get rid of something quickly, put a sticky label or a piece of sellotape over the gap. Then record over, just like blank tape. As we said earlier, storing the tapes is very important. Put it back in its box and store the tape away vertically, away from fires, radiators, and extreme cold. Normal room temperature is best. That way, you'll ensure a top quality picture every time.
Darling.
Duty calls. Oh, and by the way, it helps if you use a top quality tape. Like the one you've been watching.
Now, how big is your freezer? And can it hold a year's supply of frozen food? Well, actually, it doesn't really have to all at once, because if you win our frozen food competition, you can pick it up from any Iceland store whenever it suits you. So, what do you have to do? Well, in each section of the program you've been watching, we've hidden a letter somewhere in the picture. The letters joined together make up a word. What we want you to do is to write to us with the word, and we'll draw the winner out of the hat on the next program. Now, the address to send your entries to is Freestyle, Iceland Frozen Foods, D-side, Clwyd, CH5 2NW. And all the entries must be with us by the 30th of June. And incidentally, that's also the same address for any recipes you may want to send in, and indeed for your letters as well. And that brings us very neatly to the end of the show. Do remember that this is actually a reusable tape. You can now rewind it and use it like any blank tape by recording over us. On the other hand, if you want to keep this program, then you can record in the next 2.5 hours or so of tape which follow. Do hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.